Okay, how do we solve absolute value equations? So the first questions I put in here is absolute value x equal to a. A is positive numbers. Because we say the absolute value means is the distance to the origin. So of course the distance has to be positive numbers or could be 0. So then when we do absolute value of any numbers equals to whatever the number, for example 2, means that number inside the absolute value could be from positive side distant to the 2, could be negative side distant to the 2. So that number can be equals to 2 or negative 2. So for the first question is x can be 2 or x can be negative 2. So similar, we can do the second question. X minus 3 absolute value equal to 5, meaning x minus 3, it could be just equal to 5. The distance is 5. Or x minus 3 is negative 5, then the distance also equal to 5. So then we have x minus 3 equal to 5, or x minus 3 equal to negative 5. So from there, we can find x equals to 8, or x equals to negative 2. So very simple. So we just need to consider what's inside the absolute value. That number could be equals to whatever the number it is, or could be equals to the negative of that number, because negative of that number distance is also same. So same for the last questions. So we have 2x minus 1 equal to 3, or 2x minus 1 equal to negative 3. So from there, we can solve each part of the equations. We have 2x equal to 4, x equal to 2. Or we have 2x equals to negative 2, and x equals to negative 1. So this is the first type of the absolute value equations. I draw the line here. First type is very simple. Basically, it's just this type of that. If equals to a number, then the x must be equal to a, or x equals to negative a. Yeah. Okay, what is the second type? Let's have a look at the question second type. We have two absolute value and they equal. So since they're both absolute value, so what does that mean? It means they both are talking about distance to the origin. So they're talking about two different numbers. The distance to the origin is the same. So these two numbers must be same number, right? The distance to origin will be same. Or these two numbers, one is on the positive side of the origin, one is on the negative side of origin, but the distance to the origin is still same. Say, for example, two numbers are 2 or negative 2. Then the distance is equal. So what does this give to us? It means the two numbers inside the absolute values, it could be same numbers. They're exactly same. Or could it be these two numbers not the same, but they just differ by a negative sign. Doesn't matter who is negative. They equal, but one positive, one negative. So we end up with these two equations. And then we just solve each equations. The first one would give us x minus 2x equals to 3 plus 2, negative x equal to 5. So x equal to negative 5. That's first one. Second one, we have x minus 2 equals to negative 2x, negative 3. So we get 3x equals to negative 1. So x equals to negative 1/3. So these are the two answers. X equal to negative 5 or x equal to negative 3. Negative 1/3. So this is the second type. I draw another line here. And the last type. Okay, we need to see the difference between the second type and the last type. So difference is the second one, we have both sides has absolute values, means both left and the right is the distance to the origin. But the last type, I only have one side has absolute value, the other side doesn't have absolute value. So what does that mean? It means one side is distance, which is positive. The other side is just a number, not necessarily positive. So if they equal, the other side with no absolute value side need to be positive as well to make that equals to the absolute value, which is positive. So for example, the first question here. So we have 2x plus 3 doesn't have absolute value there. So these need to be a positive number. Otherwise, a 1 equals to the left-hand side, which is a positive number because it's absolute value. So I'm going to make conditions for that. So we have 2x plus 3 need to be bigger than or equal to 0, which means x are bigger than or equals to negative 3 on 2. So this is a condition there. Once we have this condition, then we can do the questions. So we do the inside absolute value, that number could be just equals to these positive numbers. The distance will be same. Or the inside absolute value, which is x minus 2, could be equal to negative of these numbers because the distance still going to be same. Then we solve each equation here. So we have x minus 2x equals to 3 plus 2. So negative x equal to 5, x equal to negative 5. Or the other one, we have x minus 2 equal to negative 2x minus 3. So we have 3x equals to negative 1, so x equals to negative 1/3. Then don't forget we have to have condition with x has to be bigger than or equal to negative 3 on 2. So I have two answers, x equal to negative 5 or x equal to negative 1/3. By consider conditions x bigger than or equal to negative 3 on 2, my only answer is x equal to negative 1/3 only, because negative 5 is not bigger than or equal to negative 3 on 2. So that's the difference between the second type and the last type. We have extra conditions. Okay, so now we can have a look. The last question here is a similar. The non-absolute value part, which is x minus 2, has to be positive numbers or 0. So my condition here, x has to be bigger than or equal to 2. So with this condition, now we can do the question now. So similar, we can do x minus 2 is a number. It could be equals to inside of absolute values, which is x plus 3. Or x minus 3 is also a number, could be equal to negative of 2x plus 3, because the distance still same. So from there, we can have x minus 2x equals to 3 plus 2. So negative x equal to 5, x equal to negative 5. You can see the same. X minus 2 equal to negative 2x, negative 3. So 3x equal to negative 1, x equal to negative 1/3. Two answers, negative 5 and negative 1/3. Are they bigger than equal to 2? None of them. So by consider this condition here, I actually have no answer satisfy that. So my final conclusion is there is no solutions for these questions.